Hey guys, just wanted to apologize in advance for this video. I got a lot of stuff out of frame. I was trying to do a Facebook Live at the same time I was shooting this thing, so it didn't work out so well. It was good though, it was a lot of fun, it's a good drink, so enjoy. Thanks guys. Hello and welcome to Quarantini number 8. I wanted to make a really quick one tonight. So I thought, what's a nice, quick, easy drink to make that's also really tasty? I went with the Martini. If you were on the live event yesterday, you would have seen me make it, but it was actually one of my favorite drinks that I've made for myself so far. It's super clean, really easy to drink, and let's just do it. I'm also, if you're watching now, you're on the Facebook Live. I'm going to do a little behind the scenes as well, but I'm going to present like I'm recording for the YouTube video. So okay, we're having a version of a martini that I made yesterday. It's inspired by the Vesper Martini from Ian Fleming's James Bond. So you always hear him say, you know, martinis shaken, not stirred. In the actual books, you hear him. I think he explains the actual drink at least once. And what it is it's vodka, gin, and Lillet Blanc. I think is how you pronounce it. It's French. I don't have Lillet. I have just Dolin Vermouth, so I'm going to use that. And basically, it's equal parts of each of those ingredients, so it's all alcohol. It's pretty strong, but you don't make very much of it. So let's do it. So this martini is pretty easy to make. Like I said, it's 1 part vodka. In this case, I'm using Chopin. Chopin is pure potato vodka from Poland. Super smooth, super easy to drink. I'm using Monkey 47, which is a really high-end gin. Also super smooth. The juniper and all the stuff they put in it, there's 47 things they put in it, which is why they call it that. Makes it really easy to drink. And then Dolin is just a nice vermouth. So this is a very smooth, very drinkable drink. You can kind of get in trouble with it because it's so smooth, but it is pretty high alcohol because there's no juice, there's no sugar, it's just 3 different kinds of alcohol. And it's equal parts each, so I'm going to do 1 ounce each basically, which is, I don't have an ounce jigger, so I'm just going to use a tablespoon, and there's 2 tablespoons in an ounce. So I made this yesterday and it's a little bit tough with this giant bottle. So that's 1. 2 total ounces, or 2 tablespoons, 1 ounce of vodka. And do the same with the gin. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and then the vermouth. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. And I was mentioning before, this is a drink that is stirred. James Bond has it shaken. Generally, you don't shake drinks that don't have any fruit juice in them, and this doesn't have any, so we're going to stir it. And we're going to actually stir it a lot because we want it to be pretty diluted. The water from the ice really cuts and blends the ingredients together really well, so they're not kind of all poking out, fighting each other. All right, and I have what's called a Nick and Nora glass. It's a pretty small glass. You know, you usually see those martini glasses. You think martini, you think a martini glass with really steep sides. This is a much smaller glass. You don't need very much alcohol in a martini. So and it looks nice and full. I think this holds 4 fluid ounces, so it's perfect. And finally, I have a garnish that I can make, so let's do that. So I have here a really sad lemon. I've used this lemon already. I used it last night. You can see it's kind of getting a little bit sad, but I'm gonna just use the last little bit along the top. I made some salmon today, so I used a slice to put on my salmon. And I'm gonna use, the last time I did this, I got chastised for not holding the knife correctly. So I'm gonna hold my knife correctly, and I'm just gonna make Yeah. It's tough when you gotta work against the very end of it like that. Ugh. I want it to be longer than that. That's what she said. Trying not to go to the grocery store very often, so we don't have nice lemons. Maybe I'll have to go this weekend or something. So I wanted a nice long piece so I can twist it up. And that's barely anything in there. I wonder if I can use the other side. Yeah, something like that. There you go. That's a take on a Vesper Martini. All right, so let's taste it. I think my tasting notes for every single episode so far has either been it's really good or it's pretty good. So let's see how this goes. That is really very good. That's really good. The nice thing about this drink is that if you can't decide between a vodka and a gin martini, you kind of just split the difference. Gin martinis, you know, they got a lot going on. Gin, a lot of people don't like gin because it's got so much flavor to it. And then people have kind of the opposite problem with vodka, and it doesn't have any flavor to it. If you have a really good vodka, a really good vermouth, you can make a pretty good martini if you really enjoy the nuances of the vodka. If you don't really have the palate for it, it can be a little bit tough to drink. And same goes with gin. If you don't really like all the kind of the herbal flavors of gin, you're not going to like it. I like both, but together you get just kind of a mellower gin martini, because gin is really just like flavored vodka, right? I do wish that I had a bigger garnish. If I could have expressed a little more lemon into this and just had a bigger lemon garnish to kind of give it at least kind of a the scent of lemon, which plays with the taste. But okay, so my scale. So 0 to 10 on the booziness. It's very boozy, 7 or 8 or something. I don't really know how you get any more strong than this rather than just drinking straight alcohol. So 8 or 9 maybe even. Sweet, it's not sweet at all, 0. Bitter, I mean it's not really bitter. Maybe like a 1, you get some bitterness from the gin, I suppose. So 8 or 9 boozy, 0 sweet, 0 1 bitter. Sour, again, 0, a half if I'd had a little bit more lemon in it. All in all, super good. So thanks for joining me on Quarantini number 8 this Friday, it's Friday evening in San Diego. But what else are you gonna do? Thanks, good night guys.